Edit user profile. Display
Good,
name.
good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. Joined to me, joined with me today is the Elf King, also known as Todd, and apparently my eldest son, Scott.
So setting up my profile for Discord, I can add my pronouns. What should my pronouns be?
Herm. Good morning, Hank.
I think my pronouns are going to be F off.
If I, good morning, Roxy. You, Jesus. Good morning, Hank. It's been such a long time since I've seen you. So y'all got a lot of shipping to do today.
No,
Uh,
I think I got 10. I shipped most of it yesterday. You know that Funko
six.
PLP I showed you and told you to make sure if you ever see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right after the show. It was what $58 plus $58 shipped.
eBay or Amazon.
Yeah, I think on eBay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for some of these. See how many of these are left in Walmart.
What's that say? Hot
Hot
chocolate
chocolate
bomb.
bomb. So they make this many flavors, four.
Yeah.
They're $2 each. I mean, I'm not making a fortune, but I'm running low. One of each of them, so it's $8. It is selling for. I'm getting 22 a 4-pack, I've dwindled down to one. So I've got to check the WalMarts to see which ones
How
still
many
have it.
servings are in each of those?
Each one's just one serving. You put it in a. It's got the marshmallows in it. It makes the hot chocolate basically. You put it in hot water to make it, or a hot liquid, and it does it.
So you just like drop it down into a cup of hot
Yeah.
water.
Unwrap bomb, place in mug, pour 6 ounces of hot milk slowly over the bomb. Watch it dissolve. Stir, enjoy.
Good morning, Anissa.
Oh shit! I still don't have the number.
And you say it already has the marshmallows inside of it?
Yeah, everything's inside of it.
Cool.
Yeah. I can actually read that number.
Get your old man glasses out.
I left them on the other side. I want to go get them.
I sold a softball bat for $55 yesterday. I think. Isn't it winter? Why are people buying softball bats?
They still practice. They still practice and get ready.
Todd, in some parts of the country, it's not cold. I thought that was the one rule of reselling. Just because it's got 6 feet of snow where you're at, there's parts of the country that doesn't.
All right, so let's see. These things. And Hazel Green says they have 18 of them. On University Drive, they got 23. They've got 37 in Madison, 14. So pretty much every store except the one I bought all of them. 13, 15, 14. Oh, this one has got. I'm not driving to Scottsboro. They've got 39. Oh, damn! Decatur's got 49 of these things.
Are you going to go get them, or are you going to?
Yeah, I go buy as many 4-packs as I can find.
I didn't know whether you were going to have them, order them online.
I sold 2 more SpongeBob's.
Because I need to make them in 4s, and so like the last store I was at, I ended up leaving like 6 because they were missing. Because there's a 5th flavor, but there's not a listing for the 5th flavor. Hey, the big girls bought a pair of panties yesterday, and this woohoo, big girls. But
yeah, you just don't know how many. how many times Scott's mentioned because of big girl panties. Scott, you need to have some business cards printed up and send them to all of us, so when we're out and about, we can just hand out hand out business cards. If you need some big girl panties, call this guy. Check out this guy's eBay site. So it's almost the end of the year. Are you?
Phoebe,
Go
damn it,
ahead.
Phoebe, open the door. Damn it, it's gonna be cold here.
Have y'all started looking at what you're going to do for next year? How are you going to do stuff different? Are you going to change anything? Are you going to add some new features,
I'm
new
gonna change.
efforts?
I'm gonna change it all.
You want to change it all?
My Amazon. I'm gonna revamp my Amazon store.
What are you going to do? Just take out some stuff, add some stuff, just
I,
start
I,
all over.
I think I'm gonna turn the Amazon store into mainly food. I'm gonna turn Walmart into my wholesale distributor.
Oh, are you? That'll be uh, that'll be good if you can catch it in the stores. Which I think you're like us. You've got one on every corner, don't you?
Yeah.
They've moved all of the WalMarts out to the belt line. Charlotte has 485 that runs all the way around the city, and that's pretty much where all the WalMarts are at. We do
We have,
have a couple in town, but most of them are on the outside,
we
which
have
is
eight, from 30 minutes. We have 8 super centers and four of the grocery stores.
so it's easy if you're checking all the WalMarts for stuff. You can just get on the belt loop and keep you jumping in and jumping out.
I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'll probably just keep on doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I plan to do more Amazon, do a lot more FBA. So I'm also start sending in the food for FBA, like these chocolate bombs.
Right.
You got until it warms up. You can send them in 4 pack.
And you're having to create a 4 pack because somebody else has already created a listing for a 4 pack.
They've already made a listing for 4 pack. Yeah.
So you can just piggyback on their listing,
Yeah,
which I get.
that's the way it's supposed to be. But like I was looking up yesterday, I was looking up a printer. So I picked up a printer at the auction last week, and it's got it's an 1109, but there's an 1102 which is more widely available.
Right.
And that 1102, if you look on Amazon, there are like 13 listings. There's only supposed to be one. There's supposed to be one regular and a renewed, and that's it. But Amazon allows everybody to make lists. Their catalog is so screwed up because they selectively enforce their policies. Is what they do.
I thought it was they were wanting to do is because they had so many. Would you stop? They have so many requirements for a listing. I thought they were trying to get let the sellers create their listings and have one listing for each product.
So it's a HP printer, and HP for a lot of people is locked out, and so they create the printer with a brand unknown brand, whatever their store name is, and so it ends up being just ridiculous amounts of the same item.
How do they get away with that?
Amazon selects whatever the policy of the day is, whatever the bots are of the day, because they can easily go through and delete these. Their bots could be set up to go through, delete these listings, and punish the people who don't follow the rules. It would be pretty easy to. They know who created the listings, um, but God forbid they do something that's actually helpful.
So these listings, like for printers that have unknown manufacturers, Do they have like the model number in it somewhere,
But
or
they use HP in the title. It's just the way Amazon filters is you can't list by you can't create in a brand.
right?
And so if you make up a different brand, they'll let you do whatever you want to.
Well, that looks like that's defeating the purpose of. You got to get down. That's bothering me. That's defeating the part of like manufacturers that don't want you selling their item.
And HP is one of those. HP. So the older printers, HP doesn't really care if you've got the printer I'm selling like from 14 or 15. They don't care about that, but they're really mad about the ink because there was a few years back there was a bunch of these sellers that would take the ink out of the packages and to get around the manufacturer's date, and they were still calling it new. And so HP finally got mad and locked all that down. But they're not very aggressive in keeping policing their listings. So
You know, when I was working at Staples, good morning, Maggie. Um, we had all the toner and all the ink. We had to put a sticker on it that says "not for resale" on it, and you could not take those stickers off. Once they went on, they went. You'd rip the box apart trying to take the sticker off, and it was because people, were coming in there when we would have sales and buy toner to resell, and they didn't like that.
yeah, that's probably why I don't buy from them. I don't buy much from any of those guys. They not only do they want to, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. They're charging an absorbent amount of money for the most part. You go in there, you're going to pay for it, and then they have the audacity to tell you what they think you can do with the product once you buy it. Who do they think they are?
Tamara, I have to keep resubscribing to Scott. I don't know what it is because I know I'm looking at him online, but I haven't gotten any notifications. And I go back in and it says subscribe. They're punishing him. Good morning, Chickatoad. Good
You would
morning,
have met
Tamara.
my lovely short I put out this morning.
I haven't seen. Listen, I was sitting in my chair drinking coffee, and all of a sudden I said, "Oh crap! It's it's 8:30, and I hadn't even got a shower."
Something about don't let your wife clean a waffle iron or something.
No, that's so yeah, that's so the other day. That's a good one though. Don't let your wife clean. So I have an expensive waffle iron. I have it listed for $100 on Amazon. Uh, the last one, new or very very close to new in the box, and I should have been able to get 200 for it. She puts oven clean on the damn thing and just destroys the finish on it. But then again, the you leave the Keurig in there and it's dirty, and she's like, "Oh look, I'm gonna clean it and run vinegar through it." I'm like, "This is a really nice machine."
Peddling Profits. What's Cherish? I've never heard of them.
Cherish is a word that I use to describe.
Oh my god! I'm trying to find out what was the short on. Let me go find it.
It's like, I think that was bread.
Is that like a?
So here I am, just a lonely picker out in the world, and I walk through the kitchen area of a thrift store, and you see this, and I go, "Well, damn, what the hell is Lumen? Is it some kind of bottle washer? I don't know what it is." I open up the front, and the drawer pulls out. And that's all you see. I'm like, that's weird. It's not a. It doesn't cook anything.
Is it a phone sterilizer?
Or what?
A cell phone sterilizer?
It's a CPAP mask cleaner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they wanted $9 for it, and I get the old man discount out on Tuesday, so it made it 650. It sells for 50 plus shipping. So
Todd, I am, and I'm sorry. Scott mentioned old man discount. I am sorry. I was on a cruise ship on your birthday, and I couldn't wish you a happy birthday. And so, happy birthday.
Yeah, that broke my heart, Tom, that you
Well,
didn't
it
wish me
better
happy
be.
birthday.
I told
Um,
him he should unfriend you and never talk to you again.
well, that's see, that's what he wants to do.
I would, but there's Roberta. She's nice.
We God, we're getting old.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. So speaking of getting old, I'm playing on TikTok last night or Instagram or something. It was TikTok, and oh, shut up.
That 10-year old girl wasn't laughing at you about your TikToks, was she?
Uh. So I found this one, so I had to send it to Joni and Harlan. Now you guys really need it. So it's texting codes for seniors. So HOG is hot old guy. But if you look at the very bottom ones, like ODGS, oh dear gas, sorry. SMM, slipped my mind. TOT, texting on the toilet. HGBM, had a great bowel movement. Uh, GGBCI, gotta go, bladder control issues. And my personal favorite I use all the time now is FWIWG. Forgot where I was going. So yeah, there's a list of all the texting codes for us old guy for seniors. So I sent it to Harlan. I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to learn these pretty quick because we're getting there in a hurry. Uh, yeah,
You need to send that. You need to share that one out, or the link to it. Yeah, junk trader.
all right. That's like, don't act like you don't need those codes. You ain't fooling nobody. You ain't
Yeah,
fooling.
he is a good singer, Debbie. Every once in a while, he'll break out the tunes for us.
Is that?
Debbie said that you're an awesome singer.
Oh yeah, I'm like
They should have
I'm
been.
like Barry Manilow up in here.
You need to change it from Elf King to the King. You could be the new Elvis. I would tell you you can shape your hips or you might break one.
Let me tell you, that cruise that we were on, they should have called it the Gray Cruise because there were so many old people on that ship, and damn, it looked like going to the buffet. It looked like happy hour at the Cracker Barrel because
What
there's
time did the buffet?
so many scooters going down the aisle headed towards the buffet.
What time did it start? About 1:30 in the afternoon.
Um, the buffet lunch buffet went from 12 to 5, and then picked back up at 6 o'clock for dinner.
So did you get to sit at Captain Stubing's table?
No,
I'd want a refund.
he had his times, his
How
hands
many of
full.
how many of the Lowboat crew is still alive?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of people that cruise just because of that daggum TV show.
Okay, so here's
No,
a big.
these were older than me, and even if they're on scooters, I hope I can get around like those people did. I'm serious. It's Roberta and I were looking around, and I said, "Is there anybody under the age of 50 here?"
So Captain Steuben passed away in 2021. He was 90.
Wow.
Doc is still around. He is 90. Gopher is 75. He's still alive. So is Ted Lane is also 75.
He was the bartender, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh my God, Julie, you wouldn't even recognize her. Holy hell!
Tamara Lynn,
She's 69.
you had a mouse eat through part of it. Was it food or was it just an item and they were looking for someplace warm to stay?
That Kent's right. Tom calling somebody old is rich.
Yeah. Well, there was a few people that looked like they were close to that. Yeah. Yeah, Gopher was the king of the ship. He was a bartender that could command that ship when Stubing was underway. Oh, okay. It was a handmade gnome.
Called
Gnome.
him a purser, didn't they? What does a purser do?
Handles the money, amongst other things.
That was what's his name?
That was the white guy that tried to be funny all the time.
Yeah, the one who went into politics.
Good morning.
Morning.
That was Gopher.
Lags bestie. Be careful, he'll claim you as your child. And how are you this morning? Is it cold up there?
Yeah, it's cold. It's in the damn 20s, man.
He's bundled up like some Eskimo, and you're asking him, is he cold? What the hell?
Well, he's also got a lot of gray hair. He's got a lot of gray hair too. That makes a big difference. You'll learn. Even though you've
Damn.
shaved all of yours off the top of your head.
But I'm in a heated and cooled area. He's out there.
You don't see me for weeks, Tom, and that's how we're gonna start. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of gray
Equal
hair.
opportunity asshole.
Right.
Thanks, Tom.
I just don't. And those folks that was on that cruise ship, those folks on that cruise ship that were talking about going back up north where they were getting snow, my thought was, why?
Yeah, no kidding.
So how have you been doing?
I've been good.
You winterizing?
I've been good.
You winterizing stuff on the farm up there?
Yeah, I got everything done for the winter, except getting him ready to go out of town. But he won't leave till next month or so. He'll go to Florida for 3 or 4 months and leave me alone. That's my vacation time.
It's so warm here.
Right. So hey, did you hear the one about the guy out? I was in my boat over the summer and I saw a guy shooting seagulls. And I rolled up on the guy and said, "Hey man, these are federally protected animals. You can't just go shooting seagulls." He said, "Well, me and my family's been hungry, so we had to have something to eat." I said, "Well, I get it." I felt bad for the guy. I said, "I get it, but you're going to get in big trouble. You can't shoot." I said, "Just by chance, what does a seagull taste like anyway?" He said, "Well, it's kind of a cross between a bald eagle and a spotted owl."
Okay.
I don't understand why protect them stupid things. They're everywhere. They're not short supply.
I don't know. They're a nuisance.
Yeah,
I thought that was a pretty good joke, though.
it was. Oh goodness. Y'all got lots of big plans for the holidays?
Same as every year for us.
Well, at least you're not playing with Barbies anymore.
No, now it's four wheelers and
Yeah.
big girl toys. You know.
I was thinking about hunting for Bigfoot.
Well, on the cable, on the TV on the cruise, um, they played Ghost
I see,
Hunters or one of those variations of it the whole damn time we were on the ship.
I see your nose is starting to run. I guess you won't be doing the show on Thursday because you'll have full blown COVID.
No, but speaking of Thursday, I've got to have an ultrasound done on Thursday morning, so I don't think I'm going to be here because this is 8:45, and they're doing an ultrasound around my heart, and so I don't know what time I'll get out of there. So I'm not planning
You
on
have a
having
heart?
one. Yeah, I have a heart.
Oh, okay.
So when
Hey,
you
that was for the gray hair joke.
Yeah.
so it's part of
Had
your
to get
cruise
you back.
package, like power of attorney and wheel checkup and DNR papers. Is that all included in your cruise paperwork?
What's a DNR?
Do not resuscitate.
Oh, a D. I just said Z. Uh, no, they don't have any of that stuff. That's not required paperwork. Even though they do have a morgue.
I wonder how many people die on cruise ships.
Not very many. The last cruise we were on, he said he had never had to, be involved in it, the cruise
Oh,
director. But he said it does. Somebody when he was doing a Q&A, and he said, it doesn't happen very often.
oh yeah, I forgot about that, Kent. How many oxygen tanks will they allow you to carry on one cruise ship?
I don't know. Roberta, did you see anybody with oxygen tanks?
I could fill the Hindenburg.
We didn't really see any. But like I said, the scooters were everywhere.
I can see Tom, and one hand he's got the oxygen tank puller, on the other hand he's got the shuffleboard stick.
No.
Wearing a banana hammock and some flippers.
Yeah,
No,
propped up against a rascal scooter.
no banana hammocks. That's just nasty. I don't care if you're built like Adonis. That's just nasty.
They gather around at the piano bar and sing the hover round tune.
Yeah. It's
And that'd
once
make a good
again,
yearly race.
once
You know how
again,
they had the end.
go ahead, Go ahead.
I was gonna say that'd make a good. You know how they had the Indy 500. They
Yeah.
need to have like the Rascal 300 or something. The little Rascal 300 or something.
You know what? I'm going to. We're on our cruise director's Facebook page now. I'm going to send a message saying, y'all want to have the Rascal 300.
Right. Think it'd be a big hit.
It'll go real slow though, because they probably could only make about 2 laps around the ship before the battery would run out. They'd have to pull in to charge out.
You realize whenever you were talking, you said, "Go ahead, lag."
Yeah, well, because it said lag's bestie there,
He's been insulting me all day, man. He's been insulting me all day.
It's been it was interesting. We didn't have it know if any of y'all are cruisers and you follow any of the cruise Facebook groups. Some of these folks It was rough. I mean, really rough. 20-foot waves.
You don't get no respect there, like no respect.
You know what? I'm damn surprised that these people have not got some kind of like you get paperwork every day, like what's happening on the ship and what's going to be happening for like if you're getting off at a port of call or whatnot. I'm surprised they didn't have to have in there, you know, get your $300 a month food propaganda for the old people because it was. I'm serious. There was a lot of them, which going to the Panama Canal was like a bucket list for all these people. I guess young people like Anissa and whatnot. That's just not on their hit parade.
Are you
Or
sure you
was it
want
a senior cruise?
a
It
sunset,
it damn well
sunset
turned
cruise?
out to be a senior cruise. There was 66 children on that cruise ship.
Did Roberta sign you up for a sunset cruise, and this is her saying goodbye? Is that what happened?
Roberta, did you sign me up for a sunset cruise and you're getting ready to say goodbye? She said no. That was from Scott.
I'm saying goodbye to you, not Roberta. You're the old one. Damn.
No,
You've
they don't. They didn't have any of that kind of propaganda. I think that would be a good marketing tool.
Tom, did you feel like the queen of the ball on the ship carrying such a fine young thing like Roberta with you?
Yes, I did. She is always fine. And we sat on them bar stools and pushed that button on that slot machine all damn week long. And she was the bingo VIP. First night we played bingo, she won a bingo, free bingo for the rest of the cruise.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I guess that's the new equivalent to how do you kidnap somebody like free candy? How do you kidnap a senior citizen? Just put up like a free bingo banner.
that's right. Bingo's not cheap. It's about $60 a pop. Yeah, they do, Kent. Oh, yeah, they do. There was a there was a good many 20, 30 people on this cruise, and some of them girls were built like a brick Southern outhouse, man. Either that or they were looking for sugar daddies.
So, AKA brick shit house.
Yeah,
Right.
man. It's a good thing Todd wasn't there.
Mhm.
Quinn would have ended up in the brig where she took her baseball bat and beat the hell out of some of these chicks. Get away from my man. He keeps me up. He can't afford you.
She's
You
a
missed Todd's
brick.
birthday, Tom.
Do I? I missed his
You
birthday.
missed Todd's birthday.
I know
Yeah,
I
you
did.
missed his
I,
Yeah,
birthday.
I apologize for that. I couldn't help it.
it's all right. We celebrated without you.
Wow. Uh, when we were, it was back in '94. Roberta and I went on a cruise with some friends of ours, and we went through Hurricane Dolly. And it was people were getting sick everywhere, but it was all bow stern motion because they were going through the hurricane trying to get to Cayman so they could get a person on a life flight back to Miami. Now, Mr. Sadie and Todd are boaters, so they know that bow stern motion is okay. It's that side to side motion that can really play with you. But people were getting sick everywhere. They sent everybody back to the cabins. So our friends that were with us, we went to our cabin and started playing cards. And about an hour into playing cards, I started getting hungry, so we called room service. And when Sandy, the friend of ours, told them that she wanted to make a order. They were like, "What?" And she said, "Is that okay?" They said, "Sure, that's fine." She says, "But you're the only one on the ship looking for food." So later on, they brought us down a big old tray of food, of croissants and BLTs and coffee and stuff like that.
Well, as long as you had a good time, Tom.
Wait a minute. Let's address Maggie's comment here. My husband had a girl take 3 hours to give him a shave and a haircut in a cruise salon. I was not happy at the time.
3 hours.
Was it a
Maggie, I'm not making any accusations, but 3 hours.
Yeah, is that all?
was that a full body
I don't
shave?
know.
Yeah. Wow. 3 hours for a shave and a haircut. Hell, I can get a manicure and a pedicure in 45 minutes. Lord have mercy, you young folk and your shenanigans.
So I sold a Harley Davidson coffee mug for $70 yesterday.
Woo, woo.
It was vintage. It's the most expensive coffee mug I ever sold.
You got me beat. I haven't sold. I don't get into mugs much. Some of them do good though. I'm more
I
into
don't either.
when you're at the estate sale, go into the bathroom and pick up all the old perfumes. I
Where you gonna
Oh
listed
sell?
yeah.
I
Where you gonna
listed
sell?
I listed a bottle yesterday for $45 that had about 2/3.
Did they change
Sometimes
their mind and let you sell used? I thought you couldn't sell used perfume.
uh, you have to call it vintage collectible. You can't sell it. Uh,
I know you can't sell it international, I don't think, for sure.
You know, a
really?
lot of people were selling the bottles, the bottles,
Yeah. This
and
was 25 cents. I looked this one up. If it had a little bit more in it, it'd be like $15.
You can fix that.
Yeah. Squirt some whiskey in.
See, I'm so Kent. I'm with you, man. If you have to trick the system, I pass. That's probably
I haven't sold any since they made that ruckus about it. What was that, about a year ago or so? A little longer, maybe.
yeah. I've got a couple up right now, but they're brand new, sealed in the box. But
I used to sell a lot of used colognes and perfumes, but then they started getting all sticky and stuff about it, like everything else.
why the hell they
One
care?
bad apple. I
I
don't
was
know, man.
I
It's
was heavy
ridiculous.
into eBay at that time. I mean Amazon. Why do they even care? What was their reasoning for not selling?
fraud.
I don't even know if I remember the reason.
They have plenty of fraud around.
Good morning, tactical. Well, Todd Todd has a huge collection of vintage high karate because that's what he wears.
Old Spice.
High karate. He had
I
the bar.
still wear polo.
He has the bar soap and all the toilet water and all that kind of stuff. He has the
That's
whole
why.
shebang.
That's the real reason why the Elf King only shows you his hands because then he couldn't be Bubba Hyde because he turns into a superhero when he hits the high karate.
That's right. He puts a dash of that on and get that when he and Quinn goes to the Cracker Barrel, he has to fight all the old ladies off.
Tactical Z. I am currently out hunting Bigfoot. If y'all see him behind me somewhere, y'all let me know.
In Roberta's hometown, they have a big It's gotten to be really big. Bigfoot festival. And I asked her, I said, has anybody ever seen Bigfoot around here? She said, I don't know. So you people that's living up in New York City, if there's any of them, you should have a Bigfoot convention up there, festival up there. Apparently, you can have one anywhere.
So the scammers were refilling the bottle claiming it was perfume, which it wasn't. So if we're going to shut things down because of scammers, so when are they announcing that eBay is closing its door forever? That's the only way you're going to get rid of the scammers is to shut eBay down.
Yeah, they'll always find a way, man.
That's 100% correct.
There's always somebody trying to screw with somebody.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sitting here in the woods. I'm ready. It's going to be hard as hell to hit him with this, but I can do it.
I think you just got to list these under collectibles. Be fine.
Are you saying how much is like in the bottle, 2/3 full, or any of that kind of stuff, or are you just talking about the bottle and showing pictures with stuff in it?
I don't think it matters if you put half full or partly used or whatever. You just got to be in collectibles instead of in the perfume store or whatever.
Todd, is Lag still making $2 or $2 offers on your $60 cowboy boots?
He hadn't done in a while, but I did get a $5 offer for a $20 cap. I'm like, that has to be lag.
How'd you end up last night, Todd? I know you cashed for some money.
Uh, Minimum. I made a total
Double your
of
money.
$5.12 or something like that profit.
Oh, better than a blunt stick in the eye.
Yeah, I got to play 3 hours. Had fun.
Yeah, winning's winning.
Well, they have Texas Hold'em tables on the cruise ship. And I had gone to the bathroom or something like that, and Roberta was just, they hadn't opened up the machines yet. So she was just sitting there. And she said she was watching the pit boss, set up the cards. They were opening new decks of cards and shuffling them and getting them all set up. And she said this one lady came up and she said, "Are y'all using one deck or two?" And he told her whatever. And Roberta said apparently she wasn't abused by that because she went stomping off or squealing tires on her scooter or whatever. And
Yeah, if you're a card counter at blackjack, you want those uh, single deck tables.
Yeah. But 2 decks ain't a lot either. Then 2 decks is manageable for a card counter.
yeah, but don't most of like out of the casinos aren't they using multiple decks? They always look like they have
Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah.
five
five
decks.
decks of
Yeah,
cards in it.
Oh yeah. 6 and 8 decks sometimes.
Can't
I
believe
had
it.
a good weekend at the casino. I couldn't do nothing wrong over the weekend. Saturday, I think I won over 1,000. Sunday, I won over 1,100.
And just an FYI, if your casino if you frequent has like a players club, check to see if it's affiliated with any cruise lines. Didn't know that even existed, but apparently some casinos are affiliated with like Carnival or the different cruise lines, and so you get perks. You can get perks for going on their cruises. So
I don't even use a player's card, Tom.
Or when you walk in there, Mr. Sadie has just
Yeah,
walked. Mr. Sadie's just
yeah,
walked in the door. Get his table ready for him.
right. We're definitely going to be able to pay the light bill this month. He's here. He's here.
Get Juanita, tell Juanita and Susan to freshen up their makeup. The high rollers there.
I just don't like them knowing my business, so I don't use a card like a lot of people do. I know I lose out on a lot of comps and stuff I could get, but
See, that's how I can cruise for free or very low. Tamara, are you wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You were offered a Trans-Pacific 32-day cruise for $100. How much do you gamble? Holy crap.
She's always at the casino. I think she's got an apartment above the casino.
She must do. Holy cow. Those are not cheap at all, even if you get like one of the inside cabins. Speaking of Tamara, you say that's how you cruise for free or very low. What kind of cabins do they offer you?
How many offers for timeshares do you have to listen to get that cruise?
I have in-laws time that they used to give not anymore because she passed away, but they would give them each a free Mercedes every year to drive. That's how
Damn.
much they spent at the casino. Yeah. I say free when in quotations, of course.
You must go when you go to your local place. You must spend some bucks, Tamara.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she's a player if they're offering her them kind of comps.
Okay. She said the Trans-Pacific was an interior. Normally, she gets free ocean view. Ocean view is not bad, and you know, you usually walk in with 200. Um, Because if they're giving you an interior, that means that they're expecting you to sit at the daggum tables or the machines all the time. Because those are a lot of days at sea. See, Mr. Sadie, it can be done.
What?
Tamara said, I made more at the casino last year than reselling.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, it can happen.
Are you a machine player or are you a card player?
Well, I'm normally a card player, but my casino game I love to play is Keno. I've always played Keno. I'm not going to say it can be beat, but I do pretty well playing Keno.
Yeah, Tamara sounds like she's over there in Mr. Sadie's crowd. Miss Tamara's just walked in. Opened up her table.
Well, you get to a certain level, they give you a person. You go in, you report to your I forget what they call them, but you got your own
Host.
yeah, your own host, and they get you in the concert tickets and ball games and special events. And I'm not at that level, but I know people that are.
Oh, she likes slots. Yeah. We did
My
okay.
mom won $12,000 2 weeks ago, Tom.
Who did?
My mom, my
Well,
77-year-old mother, put 75 cents in a machine and hit it for $12,000.
Mr. Sadie said his mom put 75 cents in a slot machine and won it for $12,000. It happened. She was sat down right at the right time.
Yeah, I sent Todd a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. So, what's the taxes like that on something like that?
Well, she's 77, so the taxes are minimal for her anyway. But
Right. You're getting close, Todd.
Yep.
And my older brother just turned 71. And what's that? 4 years older than you, Todd?
How old is he?
71.
Yep.
I got, you got your, you got your parking validated once. You know,
hey,
we
that's a
sat
win.
we sat there and played and played and played and played and played, and we got free drinks because we had enough points built up. I think I might have said yesterday. People either are betting big bucks, like the machine that we had. You could bet what was it, 1,000 pennies? What's that? $100? You could bet $100 a spin.
No, $10.
Huh?
It was $10.
Oh, $10 a spin. And but still, to get the kind of points, you got to sit there and push that button a lot, or pull that lever, depending on what you're playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, casino host. Good morning, Harlan. Sorry I didn't see you come in. Has he set the date yet, Scott?
Harlan ain't got time for us anymore, man.
If he has, I have not been informed of it.
Okay. When you turn 21, then you're going to start voting flag. I mean, gambling. For some reason, I think 21 has come and gone long time ago.
At least twice. You're probably pushing the third time.
I'm telling you,
Probably.
he's a 42-year-old mother of four.
Well, Seattle probably put 10 years on his life last night.
Who?
Seattle. They beat Philadelphia last night.
Oh, did they?
I thought about Lag. Poor guy.
Well, that's pretty good, Tamara. I'm not that big of a high roller. I do get 50 in food comps each month and free rooms weekly. We didn't spend a lot of money out of pocket, but all total, when you sit there and you look at how many points you got at the end of the cruise times, let's say two, which is what, $2 per point. We had about 3,000 points all between the two of us, which would mean that we played $6,000 roughly, but we didn't put in nowhere near that money. It was all winning and losing, winning and losing,
Yeah.
winning and losing, more losing than winning.
No, we came home with more money.
Yeah, we did come home with extra money, and we could.
As long as you win enough to,
Go ahead.
as long as you win enough to keep going, I mean, I'm usually satisfied as long as I can just play for a little while.
Well,
I don't have no big expectations.
That's just it. We sat there, we played until we got tired, and then we went and did something else. But we could have sat there, the 400 or so we brought home, we could have sat there and played it easily if we had just not said, okay, enough is enough.
Right.
And that's what gets people in trouble. They will sit there and spend it all. The rent
One more
money.
100. This is going to do it. One more 100. I'm going to get it all back on this one.
Yeah.
I was that guy.
We had a good time playing. You know. Good morning, Larry. And this, are you getting snow up there? My brother, my brother Larry, is leaving Thursday night to go to Orlando to get on a cruise ship on, and I hope the water has calmed down when they get down there, because it's been rough.
Well, they said some volcano exploded last night or something
Oh, did it?
somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where, but supposed to be a pretty big deal. I've been watching it for a long time.
Is that the
Well,
one up in Is that the one up in Iceland?
That sounds right, Scott. Yeah.
They've been watching that one for Reykjavik, Iceland, whatever.
Iceland is green and Greenland is ice.
Yeah, they said they were just worried about the citizens
Yeah,
around there.
yeah, Tamara. It you got people got to think of it as entertainment. You got to, as my dad used to say, they don't keep all those damn lights on out there in Vegas with people getting on a plane with a suitcase full of money. It's
Right.
cost of entertainment. And like you said earlier, you walk in with a couple of $100. You're right. A movie and a dinner out and popcorn and soda at a movies will run you just about a $200. Because when the boys were little, it would cost us $100 just to go to the movie.
It's and this is right. Did y'all hear the news about Apple Watch?
No.
The new one, the 9 and the Series 2 Pro, whatever the hell they call that thing, has a sensor on it that tells you your blood oxygen or whatever level. Well, the company that made that or has the patent for that has been suing Apple, and as of the 21st at 3 p.m., they would no longer be able to sell that watch in the states.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Unless they're looking to change the with software to disable or do something to it, but unless the resident crook in chief, you know, he has the power to veto that, and Apple got a veto one time, I think, for like the iPhone 4 years ago, but it doesn't look like they're going to pull him away from his ice cream trip or whatever he's doing. To so
Right.
unless they can come to some agreement and licensing and money, uh, if you're given an Apple Watch 9 or a whatever that Pro is too, you better buy it before the 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
You, you
Well, I don't even know if I'd want one because you got to think about down the road getting it serviced if you need it or something, or something, whatever,
It
trading it
has,
in even. They might,
it has no effect on any of that. It's just that one sensor is in court battle. It's not. So there
see,
won't
so
be.
they'll honor it
if it was to
like
go,
a trade in. You know how you
if,
trade in for
if that
Yeah,
case was to go before a jury, and I was sitting on that jury, in my mind, I would be thinking two things: Amazon, Apple was intentionally trying to screw somebody, or two, there's somebody making $1 million plus a year who is supposed to make sure we're not having any copyright infringements. I mean, really.
you're talking about one of the most powerful and wealthiest companies in the entire world, and we're supposed to think this was an accident that they don't
right,
screw the small company, the small guys. Yeah,
Yeah, but they wouldn't want it to go to court with people like me on and I'm not an Apple user. I'm not,
me either. The hell with Apple.
yeah, you only got 10 of them. But I'm just saying you wouldn't want me on the jury because, and I probably wouldn't get on the jury because I would think that they were trying to intentionally rip somebody off, and if how much money can we give these people? Let's give them $100 million. Bingo! Thanks, Kent. We made about $1,000 off of bingo.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Well, we did make $1,000 off of it. Or they wouldn't want me on the jury because I just, like I said, somebody's trying to get you, as Medea says. So you got to get them before they get you.
Well, the problem is with them companies that size, they got no ceiling as to what they can spend on, fighting lawsuits and all that. I mean, $100 million is like $100 to us. They're that rich.
Yeah, but if part of that case was you've got to recall all those watches.
No, it's not a recall. It's just a sales ban. It's from the ITC. It's not. It's not a recall. It's a sales ban.
No, I'm just saying if they made them recall, like if it went to a jury, they put you wanted a
Yeah,
recall on it, part of it, it would be.
the problem, Tom, is Apple can implement a software issue and disable that sensor, and then there's no issue whatsoever. Just because it's in the watch, it's not being used. That's not violating. It's only because you can use it now. But they could easily make it where you can't use that. They
What
do
would
that all the time.
Yeah, but what if somebody walked into the Apple store and said, y'all had to, because y'all was using somebody else's software, you've had to deactivate a function that I wanted on this watch. I want my money back.
Nobody's gonna do that. No, nobody buys an Apple Watch to see what their blood oxygen rate is. Give it a time,
They'll
Tom.
probably put
I don't want
they'll
to.
put it in, they'll
I
probably
don't
put it
want
in the
to.
form of an app or something. You got to just, an upgrade or something. You just got to tap a button and it'll fix it or something like that.
Yeah, but there's people that buy it because they want these features, especially all these. You look at Todd. Look at Scott. He's an Apple. He worships at the altar of the Apple, and when he goes out in the morning for his morning jog, he wants that sensor. You know, I bought this damn thing with that sensor in it. What are
Well,
tag?
they make products that do that, don't they? Apple that monitor your heart rate and all that. Don't they make a watch that does all that anyway?
Yeah, the watch has nothing. The only thing that they can't use is the blood oxygen. The Massimo technology, the blood oxygen. Everything else they can use. I mean, the heart rates and all that stuff. None of that changes. It's just the one sensor that's new on that watch. It's not on any others. Is that blood oxygen?
I
That's
see.
it.
I see.
Tommy says, yeah. Meanwhile, we can steal every Kia with an Apple Web. I mean, Apple USB charger.
I thought yeah, especially Hyundai's. They're suing Hyundai because they're so easy to steal.
Are they?
What, do they still have a key?
It's the way you can program the remotes. There's no they put no real security software in there, so you can just the remotes are so easy to program. You can just break into a car with them. Well,
Oh wow.
Huh.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised some car thief hadn't come out with a daggum. Let's say it's just like the size of a TI calculator. They hit a button on it and it starts running through millions of damn signals in a minute and driving off with these expensive automobiles like Tommy drives. Open the doors, crank the car up, and drive off.
I don't think Tommy likes to leave home.
Wow. The Kia Boys, that's a YouTube channel, Tommy?
I know I don't like to leave home. I wish I would stay home all the time if I could.
We were going when we were going to our hotel in Tampa. We first of all, their streets are screwed up, more screwed up than Charlotte's are. Anyway, we were going down this street, and we ended up going through this residential area.
Basement, buddy.
Really nice houses, about 2 blocks away from the bay. And you'd see all these big Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge pickup trucks sitting in the driveway, and the driveways were just big enough that they could fit in. Who the hell lives in that kind of neighborhood with a truck like that? And they were decked out with the damn glowy wheels, the light that goes behind the rims and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Tommy's telling you how easy it is. I mean, they can steal a Hyundai in like 5 seconds. It's not even. Have you not seen the videos of them joyriding them things all over everywhere?
No,
When you think of car theft, think of Hyundai. I don't know. I just don't. I can't put those two together in my mind. Hyundai and car theft.
Well, they're not stealing it to keep it forever. They're just from point A to point
Right.
B until
Right.
it's
Right.
just a disposable automobile at that point.
Right.
like
Nothing,
if there's
nothing
not
against Hyundai. I mean,
if there's not a channel already out there, you need to create that channel right now. Basement life.
basement life.
But serious, who, what would make you want to have a big, even an F-150, 4-door? What would make you want to have something like that in an area like Tampa? I mean, I guess it could be any case like in Charlotte or any, the metropolitan areas. But the roads are narrow as hell. I was thinking, it's just amazing that people would have something. Now, when the water comes up, I guess they can load up the mama and the kids and get the hell out of Dodge. But uh, like I said, if a Honda, a Hyundai, one of the small trucks.
Hyundai, they don't make a truck.
Who doesn't?
Hyundai.
Yeah, they do. They have a truck. It's what's that? The big Hyundai SUV they made out of it. They made it into one.
Yeah, I see them, Tommy.
We used to have. I took my driver's test in a 1970 Kingswood station wagon, which is a big Caprice wagon. We kept that thing for years, and after my mom got a new car, my dad's company started using it for a crew vehicle. Finally, when it went past inspection, we took it down to the farm, and my uncle took a sawzall and cut the back of that thing off of it, and we used it for a pickup truck for the haul hay to the cows with for years.
Are you calling that little Veracruz a pickup truck? That thing that's half car, half. It looks like an El Camino.
Yeah, that's it.
That ain't no damn truck.
Well, you can throw a box of hay and a platter of.
That's a station. That's a station. That's a station wagon they cut off the back end of. That ain't no damn truck.
Exactly, that's what it is. And see, if you go to when I took Roberta's car in to have it serviced before we went on the cruise, I was talking to our salesman. I said, "Man, when are y'all going to get the little truck?" And he's like, "Well, we're working on it, but Isuzu actually makes Mazda's truck." And I said, "Because they're supposed to be some tough ass little truck." And he said, "Yeah, they're a real truck." He said, "They're not like the Hyundai and Hondas. They've got they're. If you turn my computer off, I'm gonna be really ticked off. Thank you, ma'am. They're a real truck.
That is not a truck.
Well,
Show's getting ready to end. for no
Ain't
reason.
There's a lot of people who go to the mall and think that's really Santa Claus too. Shit.
Don't know, Kent. Toyota's has a bunch of issues. If you look at the different car magazines, they're all over the place.
I just don't like the fact that Toyota forced that damn V6 on everybody. I mean, if I was gonna trust anybody with one of those turbo V6s, it'd be Toyota. But that's a lot of pressure on the engine. You just wonder how long they'll last. You know, a Toyota V8 will last and a four cylinder will last forever, or a regular six. But when you add those high compression turbos, we just don't know enough about those things.
Yeah. Kent,
Yeah, the older Toyotas are indestructible. The older Toyotas, I'd take one of them any day.
You're right. If you don't take care of them and don't service them, you roughhouse them, they're going to break down. Don't matter what they are.
The mall Santa is a scammer. Damn it!
Damn, I
The
got
gas
two hundred
mileage.
thousand on my Chevy,
Is that
getting ready
why?
to turn 200,000.
And this is that when I tried to ask for a new car for Christmas last night in the mall. He was rubbing on my booty.
Yeah, and Tara and I get into a scrap about it. My brother's company now has a yard full of F-150s that go out every day. They they never get rid of a truck until it's got over 250,000 miles on it, and they're still running and drivable when they get rid of them.
I mean,
But we always serviced our vehicles like we were supposed to. You know, the the crew chiefs that are driving, they always know. Now, if you feel a wobble or something unusual vibration or whatnot, let us know so we can have it checked out. And
it all,
I think that's the biggest thing right there is people just drive the hell out of these things. I mean, I had a secretary one time that she had a brand new car. Well, I say brand new. It was 60. It was 6 months old, and it already had 30,000 miles on it. I'm like, girl, do you never stay at home?
Tommy, I hadn't heard that it's coming back, Tommy.
I haven't either. Well, I buy my vehicles to drive. I mean, I buy work trucks, but I drive the hell out of them. This is a
Well,
14, and I got 200,000 on it. So
well, well. That's
what's
just
that
it.
come to?
It's a work truck. She was a 21-year-old girl that lived with her parents, and she stayed on the road all the time. When I get home, I guess because I'm old.
There is a 2024 Land Cruiser. It's not going anywhere. It looks a touch smaller, but it's a much better looking truck.
I was gonna say I didn't know. Did they stop making it for a while?
They are apparently. Uh,
No, it's still there. The 2024 is still there.
and the Land Cruisers have always been expensive. I mean,
I kind of like.
I remember when they
Go
were
ahead.
$80,000 when you could go buy Escalade for 40.
So you did not imagine that it is coming back with the
Oh, is it?
2020. Yeah, well, they don't make Toyotas like they used to. I mean, I hit a damn box spring in the middle of the interstate. And my damn gas tank didn't make it through that. What the hell?
Yeah, but you have a minivan, don't you? And you probably had the springs pinched because you had so much crap in it that you've been to the auction about.
I was actually the first day of the trip on the way to Florida.
Was it?
What's
Yeah,
that new that car that Ford just came back out with? They made for years, and it just came back out. It's like a mid-size little SUV. Uh,
Bronco?
yeah, the Bronco. Those look pretty nice. The new ones.
yeah. They
I
look
don't
like
know I don't know if they are or
Do you
not, but
do you trust Juan to make your damn vehicle though?
no, not
How
really.
many
I,
beers and siestas he got to take when he's making your truck?
right. They start about 60,000 too, I think, for a base model.
Yeah, the biggest problem is their quality. They've had tons of quality issues with the Broncos. They're made in Mexico. A good chunk of them are made in Mexico.
Did you hear what Camaro Chevrolet is dropping the Camaro line?
It's done. There won't. I don't think there's a. I think 2024 is it.
What the hell is up
Oh,
with
really?
that? That means all these people are going to start buying Ford Mustangs.
They've already done that once. They'll do it. It'll come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the Camaro.
I like the current shape of them. Looks. I like them the best because they have gone since the classic Camaros because they have gone through some shapes and
Yeah, I think the van's only got 225,000 miles on it.
That is true, James. A lot of the quality has gone down in the last few years, in my opinion.
also built.
Oh, Juan built your house, Scott?
Well, he did the sheetrock in the roof. I don't know how much. I don't know how much of the rest of it he did.
He for sure did the roof.
I was talking to the guy that put the roof on our house, and he's, we were asking how business was going. He said it's going pretty good. He says I can't keep up with, I can't keep enough jobs going to keep my sheetrock people out. He said because he just finished a 4,000 square foot house out in Union County. It's sitting on like a 25-acre tract of land, and he said when the sheetrock people got the okay to start hanging sheetrock, he said the next morning, he said he left the job like at 10 o'clock in the morning and told him go ahead and get started. He said he was back there at like noon the next day. It was completely sheetrocked,
Oh, yeah.
all the joints finished. He asked this guy, he said, "What time did y'all leave?" He said, "We haven't left yet. Where's my check?"
The wife's out in the front yard cooking dinner. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You see you guys. Oh yeah.
He said because they they didn't have to worry about noise and stuff like that. If you're over in a swanky subdivision, you're not going to be hanging sheetrock at 2 o'clock in the morning. But he's like, yeah, I came back in and it was they've got to sand it and do the final coat on the joints, and he said they're done. He said it took our electricians almost a week to get all the electrical work drug into it. Because he said they would be coming in at 10 and leave at 2. Yeah, those roofers that's got a team that they work with they had they had 1,500 square foot of house finished in like 6 hours, and gutters in like 6 hours, and fixing a couple of spots in the roof. I don't know. I've been really.
Yeah,
Oh, they did the joints too, Harlan. Man, that used to be a hard job. Now with all the fancy stuff they got now to do those joints with and the new
oh
material.
yeah, they use big old bazookas now, and they just shoot it all on there.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, Harlan, I'm not gonna go fire the engine up and drive old 262 down the street. So
Did you ever get the other one fixed? That was a Volkswagen, wasn't it?
it's still at the shop. They ain't never got around to it. They're like it's blocked in by something. Who knows? Who fucking knows? It's not in my driveway with this thing. I don't care.
You're not getting messages from the homeowners association.
I live on the end.
All right.
Nobody was even down here. I'm the last house against the woods. And there's a building right here. I put an extra concrete pad. It just sits on the pad. They don't know they don't know all the shit in my damn driveway. They don't pay no attention to what I do down here.
Nobody comes down to your end of the street.
You drive down the whole neighborhood, and you got all these normal mailboxes. All of a sudden, you get to the end, and there's this giant bastard. It looks normal until you get to it, and you go, that was about twice as big as the rest of them.
What do you got? One of the ones that you can stick packages in?
Yeah, the biggest one they make.
He's
We don't have
got the
we
gold.
don't have no HOA. I wouldn't live in an HOA. Who are we kidding?
Scott's got the gold level mailbox. It's probably spray painted gold.
I had to switch back to Diet Coke from Coke Zero.
Why?
I didn't realize Diet Coke had like 30% more caffeine. Why am I drinking this for if I don't get all my caffeine?
You don't drive your truck anymore, Scott? I was excited when you got that truck, and it looks like you never drive the damn thing.
What are you talking about?
Your
It's in my
pickup.
it's in my last short. I drove it yesterday.
Oh, I didn't watch your last short.
Never mind. Never mind. I drove the van yesterday. Van's out of gas though, so I'll be driving the truck today. Because well, it's gas is crazy here. So if you drive towards town, gas is 15 cents more a gallon. If you drive the Hazel Green, it's 15 cents less a gallon. I wasn't planning on going to Hazel Green today, so I'll just drive the truck.
Yeah.
How far is it to Hazel Green?
9 miles.
Scott, with all the money you got, I'm surprised you're worried about that little bit of difference in
I ain't
gas
paying them more than I got to. Especially if it's a truck, it's a 36-gallon tank.
Damn, 226. Where'd you get gas after that?
That's how much it costs them. That's how much it costs them to get that boy to run over there and siphon out the gas out of that guy's truck.
That's Texas. Texas peddling profits got to be in Texas. That's Texas gas.
Damn it.
That's about what Ron pays.
That's
How much
cheap.
you paying for gas down there?
It's in the 250s.
Yeah, I bought some for $2.25 over the weekend.
225.
Yeah,
That's cheap.
when I did the garage sale.
Right.
I think we're around the high twos around
Right.
here. I don't pay much attention because I don't pay for my gas. It's part of my deal, but
Like once you hit that intercom button and I say, "Mom, what did you pay for gas when you got filled up the last time?" He says, "What does gas cost here?"
Yeah, see, Walmart's 259, and if you go to the corner, it's 279. I ain't paying 26 extra a gallon.
236.
Yeah, did
that's a
Biden do that?
Bidenomic.
Don't get him started. Don't get
I was reading. I was reading what Lag wrote.
Oh, okay. I said you. I'd just like to be able to monetize this one.
Just one, right, Tom?
Do I?
I said just one. Just let me monetize one.
Let me monetize this one. This show, Todd's show and Scott's show is like sitting at the craps table at the casino. Let's roll the dice and see what happens.
Uh,
That's a real popular game, craps, because there was always a bunch of people standing around the craps table playing.
Oh yeah, everybody loves to play craps.
I had to read that twice because Tamara, I had to read that twice. I'm like, it said we like using BJ's on the reservation. I'm like, what the hell?
Tamara, what state do you live in, if you don't mind saying?
He's in New York.
New York. Do they have casinos? I mean, do they have reservations in New York? Uh, that's where
She's
you're
not,
wrong, Todd. What did you say?
I just repeated what Lag said, and he tells me that's where I went wrong. Mm-hmm.
Do you live up near?
it's not an accident. They're trying to make you forget all your misery of the last 3 years because they want you to let them continue to screw. They want. Well, if we give them 6 months where they don't think we hate them, we can screw them for the next 3.5 years.
Yeah. There it went.
And it's just whatever. It's just what. It doesn't matter which one it is. The other one is we're going to promise them all this, and blame everything else on the other side. Do you think they'll figure it out yet? Obviously not. As we continue to do what they do, we're going to blame it on them, but we're going to promise them the world.
Oh, all the games are getting ready to start real soon, Scott.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of faith and hope for 2024. I think
I don't
as
either.
as we get further down the line, they're going to have to shoot somebody to get rid of him, or they're going to have to do something so devastating that not have an election. I'm telling you, I don't have a lot of faith in what 2024 is.
I don't either, brother. I don't either.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope y'all can laugh at me next year and go, "That dumb son of a bitch." I'm like, I'll take it.
I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. If Roberta and I was to take a road trip with Scott and Joni, and we were going to leave out of Alabama and go see Nikki in Duluth, which is from one end of this country to the other, Joni and I would have to sit in the back seat trying to entertain ourselves, while Roberta and Scott are in the front seat fussing about politics all the way there. To them, the trip lasted 2 hours. Because when you got a lot of activity going on in the car, trips always seem like it takes, it gets quicker.
I mean, it's increasingly evident that both sides are. I mean, just look what they did yesterday, the day before. They voted themselves another 4 months of spying on you. But with partisan support, they upped the damn more of the shit from 9/11, which we're now figuring out. Which some of us already knew that 9/11 was an inside job. As they spy on Americans.
Well, guys, it's going on 10:30. I gotta go. Not because she's getting on a phone call. It's just I've got to go and try to get some stuff done.
Before the COVID sets in.
Yeah, no. It's because it's gone from 80-degree temperatures till hey Glenn, I'm sorry, I did not see you come in. 80-degree temperatures to 35.
Before the show, Glenn, he said, if Glenn shows up, we're just not going to acknowledge him today.
I did not, Glenn.
At least he's letting us know he's ending the show this time instead of just hitting the button.
No, I don't know what happened with that. It was gone.
Hey, I did that in your honor while you were on the cruise. I'm like, watch this. I was just right in the middle of talking and hit the button.
That was epic. I love it.
For the amount of abuse I take from you people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start charging you people for the abuse.
Nothing but love. Okay.
I hope y'all enjoy these little.
Yeah, I got to go ship my bat, and guess what I'm going to use to send it.
A couple of cereal boxes. There's a reseller. I don't remember what his name was. It came up on the playlist while we were in Orlando, in Tampa, and he wrapped a box in duct tape. I mean, it was a UPS. I mean, it was a priority mailbox. He wrapped it in. The whole thing was covered in duct tape, and then he put priority mail labels on the outside of it because it was
But Tommy, if you give them more money and more of your rights and all your firearms, they're going to fix it this time.
No, he's right. Tommy's right though. They're all messed up.
It don't matter what side.
I would say one side's worse than the other for sure, in my opinion. But they're all a bunch of damn.
Good morning, Joanna. Yeah, you really can't. They're all out to get you, and they're all out to get whatever they can get.
We're not mad enough yet. They haven't fucked us hard enough yet. We're not mad enough to do something about it yet. Once we get mad enough to do something about it, we'll fix this. But until then, nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. It's 10:30. I got to go. Thank y'all. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Larry, also known as Mr. Sadie, for coming in here. Thank you for everybody in the audience that came in and sat in here with this nonsense. Tommy, it's good to see you.
Nonsense.
I wonder what it looks like inside today.
90% of it's nonsense.
You're gonna get 100,000 views on it.
Probably wouldn't have anybody in here if we did a show about reselling for an hour. Yeah, only having 2 substantial parties is the biggest thing they try to keep.
Don't
That's
worry
true.
though. I saw a video yesterday. They were trying to the latest thing. They're trying to say that Diana didn't die in the car wreck and she's still alive.
Well, Elvis is still
Oh,
around too. You know that.
we can only
Okay.
hope Elvis is still.
Okay. Look at Todd. He's trying to get fancy here.
Aloha.
Aloha. All right. Y'all have a great day. Like I said,
Later.
I'm having a procedure on Thursday, so I will not be here. So I don't know if somebody else is gonna do one or not. If not,
That's why they had to kill her. She's having Tupac's baby. Y'all heard it here first. Princess Diana had to die because she was having Tupac's baby.
yeah. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Bye.